G'day guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back for another episode of Wasteland Survival. So in today's episode, I basically want to get this drill rig up and running again and collect myself a whole bunch of hydrogen and possibly some ice as well, so that I can then take that back to the planet. Now, one thing I've kind of discovered is, well, apart from the Reavers that are kind of stalking me a little bit there, one thing I've kind of discovered is that the ship weighs around about... Alright, settle down guys, settle down. Yeah, it weighs 5.2 million kilos. Now, I believe on the planet it was at about 5.8 million kilos, and we were kind of struggling to land it on the planet weighing that much. So I think what I'm going to have to do here is kind of try and refine all of this magnesium as quickly as I can. So if I go into my inventory here, you can see that I've got still 1 million units worth of magnesium, and you know, well, 1.2 million, so you know, that's 1.2 million kilos worth of space that I don't really need. Now I am kind of hoping that I have enough materials here to actually build a refinery. Do I have cobalt? Yeah, I've got cobalt. So what I'm gonna do, I think what I'll do here is I'm gonna put a refinery. I suppose what I could do is I could place it right here. But I think instead what I'll do is I'll place one that goes that way. So we'll grab a refinery and we'll place it like that on its side. And then also what we'll do is we'll do the same thing on this side as well. And hopefully I have enough materials to build the refineries and then the associated speed and yield modules. I might just go purely for speed modules because I think we're going to have enough magnesium, although maybe I'll just go my usual mix of 2 speed modules and 2 yield modules. So we'll see how we go with that. Alright, fantastic. So now that is all of the refineries done. Let me just check that these things are actually still running. Are they actually processing ore here? Yeah, they are. Fantastic. Alright, so once these are complete, then I can basically go ahead and move all of those resources over to the Atlas. Although something tells me that even with all these refineries, having 3 refineries with all speed modules, well, at least 2 of them, it is still going to take me an enormous amount of time to actually go ahead and refine all of this magnesium. I am kind of half tempted to go back to the base and then, yeah, get rid of all of the magnesium that I have, and then basically return. But yeah, not sure if that's what I want to do. Yeah, I think honestly I could sit here for about 3 hours and it still wouldn't go through all of this magnesium and refine it. So it is really tempting to go back to base and then just come back later. Yeah, you know what, I'm gonna return back to base, and then we'll just basically come back from here. One thing I do want to do is, there's one thing I kind of want to figure out. So if I disconnect the ship from this grid, you can kind of see that all the lights go off and nothing works. One thing I'm struggling to figure out here is why this grid is now unpowered. So as you can see, I have a battery here that is connected to this block and so on and so forth and so on and so forth. And it's all connected, so I don't understand why this grid is not powered. So I suppose what I could do is put a solar panel here or something like that. But of course we're out of the sun, so I don't think that's going to work either. But I am curious as to why this grid is not working. The battery is on, it's fully charged. It has 0 Yeah, 0 output, no draw. I don't know why this isn't working. As far as I can tell, everything is connected fine. The battery isn't damaged. Unless these beam blocks are incapable of transferring power. That is the only thing I can think of. And in fact, that may actually be the problem here. But hang on. If that was the problem, then this light here would work, because that is directly connected to the grid that's with the battery. So this just doesn't make any sense to me. If you guys have an idea of why this isn't working, can you please let me know in the comments, because yeah, it's got me stumped. You know what, I'm not going to mess around with that, but what I am going to do is we will go back into the ship, and I'm going to transfer all of the magnesium back into the Atlas. So let us find our magnesium. So yeah, I just think it would be better to drop it off at the planet, so let's go ahead and do that now. Yeah, still puzzled as to why that grid is unpowered. That's really got me stumped. Alright, so let us lock in the coordinates for the Pertam entry point. So let's find that here. So we have Pertam entry point select. I remember back in the day when you used to go into that menu, everything used to be jumbled up. I am so glad they fixed that so that everything is basically in alphabetical order, because it was confusing and I could never figure out what I was doing. Cool, and we are here. So the landing pad is directly below us. So let us descend back down to the planet. Alright, well, we're getting pretty close to the ground, so I'm just going to turn my thrusters back on here and hopefully we can stop in time. I think we should be okay. Ooh, maybe I should have turned them on a lot sooner than that. Please be fine. That was very close. I'm going to turn my HUD off here because the ore detector seems to be glitching out a little bit. I tell ya, I cut that really close. I was so close to crashing just then. That is, yeah, very, very sketchy. This thing is so lethargic at the moment because it's so heavy. I've actually got this thing centered. Turn the HUD completely off so I can see what I'm doing. I think that is reasonably well centered, though I think I need to go forward quite a bit. Alright, cool. So we are magnetized to the landing gear. Let's, to the connector. So I think we should be good. Let's lock down the landing gears and let's turn off the thrusters. Perfect landing. Awesome. Took me a little bit less time that time around, so I think that worked out quite well. In fact, before I go ahead and get out of the cockpit, maybe what I should do is move all of the magnesium out of the Atlas and then go ahead and place it into the base large cargo containers. Let's search for... what was that? What is that? Oh, that's a drone. Maybe I should try and grind this down a bit. Ooh, it has a bit of uranium. There we go. Now I'm not wasting so much ammo. I think that drone actually came from that salvage station that I saw on my way back down to the planet. That must be where it's come from, and it's just kind of crash landed. But I didn't even notice it because my HUD was turned off. So hopefully that thing's not going to keep launching little drones at me and wasting all my ammo. We may have to go on a bit of an aggressive venture and take that thing out just for the sake of it. I don't know why these ore deposits are visible here. Alright, let's jump back in. Let's transfer across this magnesium. So, now what I'm going to do is, because I know that this ship only consumes about, you know, 2% of its fuel to get to space, I think what I'll do from there is I'm actually going to move a lot more fuel out of this thing. So we'll probably move... I'll probably leave about 25% fuel left in the ship, and that should be plenty to get us to space, and then also give us quite a bit of storage as well. So, alright guys, well, we are ready to head back into space. So what I'm going to do here is just, I think the Atlas has around about 23% fuel left, so I believe that should be enough to get us back into space. As I said before, we only really use 2%, so like getting out of the atmosphere, so I don't think that will be a problem. Also, what I did is I noticed that I transferred the iron ingots out of the Atlas into the base. So yeah, I've basically gone ahead and just transferred that back. So, and I've also transferred a little bit of gold and a little bit of silver as well, just so we have enough ingots of various different types of ores to manufacture what we need to. And of course, we have a little bit of magnesium to manufacture some ammunition as well as we need it. Although I'm not sure why these artillery shells are here, but nah, it's alright. They only weigh 1700 kilos, so I'm not really too concerned about that. Now the connector is disconnected, thrusters are on. I should probably reconnect the connector, disconnect the landing gears first, then disconnect the connector, and then lift straight off so that we don't get stuck on the connector. And then what we'll do is we'll change to this, turn our upwards thrusters off, confirm that they are off, and yes they are. And now we can head back into space. Alright, so we have arrived in space. Now, what I'd done while I was away is I actually went ahead and manufactured a missile launcher. I think what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to go check out this pirate base. Before I do that though, no, actually, you know what? I'm going to fly towards it. So let's point the ship towards this pirate base, and I guess I might as well check it out. Looks like there is a drone incoming. Although I don't have any weapons that can actually fire greater than an 800 meter distance, so what I'll do though is I'll turn the top of the ship towards that target because the majority of my big guns are sitting on the front. So hopefully they will be powerful enough to take this guy out. Oh, who am I kidding? Of course they will be. It looks like a second drone. Fantastic. I tell you guys, I really love that Bullet Tracers mod. Alright, let's head on over here and see what we can find. Alright, so we're getting pretty close to this thing now, so I think what I'll do here is just turn my thrusters off, and I want to get just outside an 800 meter range so that I can attack this thing without my ship being damaged. Well, I guess the front of the ship is closer than my cockpit is. Oof. Oh, I did a bit of unintentional damage there, but I'm not going to cry about it. Okay, so what we'll do is I will dump all of the stuff that I have on my inventory out. So let's get rid of all this junk, with exception to obviously my hydrogen bottles. Let's find this Pro 1, which is my missile launcher, and let's find ourselves some missiles. So I'll transfer as many across as I can, and if I go to the hotbar number 2, then I should be able to equip this launcher here. Actually, you know what? What I should probably do here is control one of these turrets at the front, just to kind of gauge where the turrets are on this SPRT base. So let us find out where they actually are. Alright, let's have a look here. So, looks like we have a Gatling turret there, an interior turret there. They look like ion thrusters there. There, sorry. There, and there. There's another interior turret there. So we have interior turret, Gatling turret, interior turret, another Gatling turret, and I assume the configuration would be the same on the other side as well. So it looks like there might have been a turret there which was destroyed by the missiles that the ship launched. Okay, so at least at this point I know exactly what I am doing before I go ahead and recklessly approach this thing. So let us equip my missile launcher here. Now I do believe I need to be within 800 meters, so I will fire a missile at this turret, and with any luck we have destroyed it, but we shall see. Alright, so that should destroy that turret there. And how is my aim? My aim is not so good.
Health low.
Perhaps I was too far away when that went off. Okay, let me straighten up my aim here and see if we can't get this. Alright, so let's fire the missile. Get out of the turret's range. Beautiful. So we have caused some damage. Now, I seem to remember that there was a turret here some... Whoa! What was that? Oh. Seems like the station self-destructed. What's that all about? Can we find a reactor here somewhere, maybe? No. Everything that is useful has kind of been destroyed. Oh, that's a shame. Oh. I was really expecting to salvage more stuff from that. Let's see what we have in the debris field. Can I find myself any uranium or something useful? Well, At least I destroyed it enough so as to remove all of the... Actually, maybe I'll chase after it and get some of those thruster components out. Let us get rid of all this ammo. And if I'm not mistaken... There it is there. Alright, let's fly on out to it and see if I can't grab a few more little components here and there. Alright, well, I've reached the wreck, and honestly, I don't think there is anything here that I can meaningfully salvage. I think we have a large ion thruster here, but which has a fair few thruster components, I suppose, but not really groundbreaking stuff. As I was saying,
Inventory.
we have a few thruster components out of this, so I'll get rid of those because I don't need them. And I'll actually get rid of the construction components and everything else. And then we'll kind of focus on thruster components here. Do we have any left in that large thruster? No, we don't. And I believe we have another thruster here, but that doesn't have any thruster components in it either. And do we have one on this side? I believe that there was one here, but that has since been blown up. Darn, I really wish I had have gotten a good look at this thing before it got destroyed, because I've never seen one of these things up close, and that would have been quite interesting to see. Alright, there's my ship over there. I should have probably turned the antenna on, but hey, you know what? Whatever. Alright, so let's get back into the ship and then continue on our mission to mine some more ice. Right, so we're back at the ship. Now let's jump back into the cockpit here. And also, what I've noticed is I've changed my skin for my tools for the first time in a long time. And it seems that even after reloading the game and doing all sorts of other shenanigans and dying a couple of times, the skin actually seems to be sticking. So the skin that I actually paid real world money to buy off Steam for a long time ago is actually now worth it, which is fantastic because I do like my army camo skin. Alright, let's find our jump drive here and let us set a course to the ice field. So let us select the ice field and then let us jump to that. Yes, I do. Alright, and we should be there in a momento. Fantastic. Alright, there it is. There's my ice field over there. And I can't remember. I think my mining rig is on this side of the asteroid. In the darkness. Once again. Man, it's so hard to see stuff. Where's my mining rig going? Maybe it's on the other side of the asteroid. Actually, also, while I'm trying to find my mining rig, I think I might have actually figured out why the oh, there it is. Wait, is that it there? Yeah, that's it there. I think I might have actually figured out why the battery isn't working. Wait, is it just me or is that actually working now? Hang on. Let me exit out of here and fly on over there. I'm really curious. I want to actually see if this is active. I do see a light. So perhaps everything is active now. Well, isn't that strange? Now everything is working. And I have literally done nothing. I have not been back here since I left this ice field and then basically came back. So that is bizarre. Alright, well, I guess you guys don't need to point out in the comments what is actually wrong, because at this point there is actually nothing wrong, which is just absolutely bizarre. Maybe it will break down again when I actually go to connect my ship back onto the mining rig and then go to leave again. Maybe that's what's going to happen. Straighten up a bit, go back a little bit, to about there. What is that? I think that's a drone. Well, that didn't sound terribly good, but I don't think it would have caused much damage, so I think we should be okay with that. You know, at this point I am really tempted to get the mod that actually allows you to place a camera where the connector is. That would actually be quite helpful in situations like this. Alright, let us go out to the top of the ship. Oh, wrong door. Let's go to the top of the ship and inspect any damage that may have occurred as a result of that little drone crashing into my ship. I honestly don't think there will be any damage. I do have my fingers crossed, however, that there may be a little bit of uranium floating around, although perhaps I am kidding myself. Right, so now I just have to figure out how to use this thing again and get this thing running. So I think what I'll do is I will just confirm that the O2H2 generators are actually on in the ship. So they're all on, and I think we have... How many do I have now? So I've got 34 of these things, I think. So they're all on, that's fine. So now I can just continue or begin mining all this stuff, and then immediately after it's mined, my ship is going to convert that into hydrogen. And actually, I'm curious, how much fuel have we actually used? Let's have a look here. I know you guys probably already know because you saw it just before. 21%. Yeah, so I used 2% fuel escaping Pertam's gravity, getting all the way to that pirate base, and then flying all the way over to here. And yes, I did use my jump drive, but honestly I probably could have done it using 20% fuel anyway. So honestly, I think that's not too bad. So alright, let's figure out how to use this thing. Alright guys, well I figured out how to use this thing all over again. That's all well and dandy, but as you can see, we've got a Reaver Tormentor that's come to visit, and another problem seems to have appeared. So up here there is that pirate hiding station. Now alright, so let me try and explain what I think will happen here. So this Reaver Tormentor, he's out of my range and he's not going to detect me unless he gets within a 2-kilometer range. Now the problem and the reason why he can't detect me is because I'm not moving my ship around. But if that pirate hiding station decides to send a drone towards me, and you can kind of see it shimmering there in the distance, if he tries to send a drone to me, which he has actually done a couple of times, this Reaver Tormentor is going to intercept the drone, and then the drone is going to lead the Reaver Tormentor all the way back to my ship, and then the Reaver Tormentor is going to switch targets and then start attacking me instead of the drone. So that pirate hiding station on its own is normally not even a remote threat, but because of the fact that I have these Reavers flying around and they're going to follow that drone into my position, it's actually 10 times more of a threat than it normally would be. So what I'm going to do is just wait until this Reaver Tormentor disappears, and then we're going to disconnect from this whole mining rig, and then we're going to go ahead and take that out. Now I think maybe in the meantime what I'll do is I'll build some artillery turrets, because artillery turrets have a range of 1.2 kilometers, and because those because those stations were built before the Warfare 2 update, I'm pretty sure they still have the traditional weapons on them. So the question is where to actually put these artillery turrets. I think maybe perhaps what we can do is just put them on the back here. Alright, well, now these turrets are all welded up, so I'll quickly just go into here and we will turn off the idle movement and we'll increase the range to 800 meters. Fantastic. And yeah, that's pretty much that. Whoops, wrong button. I keep pressing escape to get out of that menu. Now, the other issue I have is now that there is a Reaver Thrasher here, I'm kind of stuck and I can't move until he goes past and despawns, because then I kind of risk him chasing me as well. I don't think a Reaver Thrasher is as big as the other ship, like I said before, but still it is a threat. So I'm just going to stay put, wait till he bails, and then we can go and attack this station. Alright, well, finally this Reaver Thrasher has disappeared off my scopes. So now we can go ahead and head on over and attack this pirate base. So we'll just unlock here. Also, while I was gone, I got rid of the refineries that were sitting there because we don't need them anymore. Also, what I've done is I've renamed all of these artillery turrets. So I've done that as well. And then, what else have I done? Just trying to figure out where's this base. Ah, there it is. I can see it glimmering in the distance. So it is about there. Also, what I've gone ahead and done is, let's turn my front thrusters off so we can drift to that. Also, what I've done is on the hotbar, I've put the guns. So let's have a look at this. So Atlas guns, and that's set to copy target, which I'm pretty sure is the action that you need to take to actually fire at something that you've locked onto. So I guess we will see how that works in a moment, but I think honestly I'm just gonna manually control these turrets and then just destroy this thing with I'm gonna manually control the turrets, and I'm going to take out all of the station's defenses, and then I'm just going to get in close and just absolutely obliterate it. I'm really not interested in salvaging any components. I don't think it has any reactors that I can steal, so I'm just going to totally annihilate it because he's really annoyed me by sending drones my way. And yeah, if there was a Reaver close by when that would have happened, it would have been very bad. So yeah, this guy's really annoyed me, so he must die. Alright, well, we're getting pretty close. You can see that there's a drone coming in, so I'm going to put my braking thrusters on now. I want to stay within 1.2 kilometers, or stay outside of yeah. The other drones or what? Okay, let's go in here. Let's find our artillery turret, and we'll control this one. And let's fire on the defenses here. Let's take out this Gatling turret here. Oh, that was way off. So well, the antenna's damaged, so that should hopefully stop the drone spawns. And that one was way off as well. Oh, these turrets. They're not really good. Alright, maybe we can do some more damage by just like Alright, so I'm thinking maybe if I fire this, the left gun will go to that turret there. This turret here. So let's try this out. What was that? Ooh. Alright, maybe I'll just focus on destroying these hydrogen tanks instead. And then once they explode, then that will kind of damage this thing immensely. I can see that there is a Reaver that has spawned. Ooh. Yeah, there we go. Now we're talking. Okay, so this Reaver is coming towards me. Alright, I gotta get out of here. Reaver Carver. Never heard of that. So, is he gonna... Yeah, he's coming towards me and he's totally ignoring the pirate station. Or is he? Oh no, he's attacking the pirate station. Hey, a Reaver actually did something good for a change. Nice. Well, I'm going to exit this guy's 10 kilometer range. I'll put my braking thrusters on because I'm not sure if he is actually going to come after me or not. What I'll do though is I'm going to go in here. I'm going to find my jump drives. I'm going to remove the latest coordinates that were in there. And then if he gets any closer, I'm just going to do a 5,000k blind jump. Actually, maybe I can jump back to the ice field. Where's this dangerous Reaver encounter? And I'll tell you what, dodging these Reavers is hard work. No, I'm just going to fly away. Hopefully when I get beyond 10 kilometers, he'll just like despawn. And then that'll kind of be good enough. Okay, so I think we are out of range of that Reaver Carver. Alright, so now we can get back to doing what I was trying to do all this time. Where is the ice field? Right, so let us set some jump coordinates to that. Let's see here. So we've got ice field, select, and then I will jump to the ice field because I'm lazy and I can't be bothered traveling 10 kilometers. That, and I'm also burning up a little bit of fuel doing all this running around, so that's another thing that I kind of want to avoid. Right, where's our ice field here? Ooh, nice. I can actually see the yeah, I can actually see the mining rig this time around. Alright, so now that that drone station is taken care of, the Reavers should hopefully not spawn really close to me, and we may actually be able to get a time lapse out of this thing, but I'm not holding my breath because so far things haven't really been going according to plan. I'm going to turn my engines off, and what is that? That's the Reaver Carver. So, actually, let's jump back into the cockpit here. Let's have a look at our artillery turret on the port side. Let's control that. And let's see if we can't get a decent look at this thing. So, at least he's not heading straight towards me, so I think he'll bypass us. and he won't bother us because I'm not going to be flying a ship around, and I don't think he's going to get within 5 kilometers of me, so I think that should be fine. Alright, well, let's get this show on the road and do what I originally intended to do. Alright guys, well hopefully you enjoyed the time lapse. So we managed to fill all of the cargo containers in the Atlas in about, I think it was around about 26 minutes. So yeah, everything is full, and basically whilst I was mining all of this ice, all of the O2 H2 generators were switched on and producing a bit of ice, and we got to around about 27% full, and now we are at about 31% full. So I'm just going to make sure that... Now I'm pretty sure I have enough ice here, so as you can see I've only consumed maybe probably about 600,000 units of ice, maybe. Yeah, somewhere around that. So, and I've managed to, yeah, fill it all the way up to about 31%. So I'm basically just going to wait until all of it has been converted into hydrogen and then see if we can take any more back. Because if I look at the weight of the ship now, it is currently 10.4 million kilos. So I have absolutely no chance of landing this thing back onto the planet. So yeah, just going to let that go. And if I go back into the inventory, we can see that even all of the... the cargo containers in the world ship and also the mining ship are also full as well. So yeah, we'll wait for all that to be processed and converted into hydrogen. But I guess one thing I can do while I'm waiting for that to happen is go ahead and get rid of everything in my inventory. And I think what I may do is what's on my inventory actually? Oh, missiles. So we'll get rid of this stuff. And I had to put some oxygen bottles on myself because the time lapse went for ages, and I was concerned about running out of oxygen. So I think what I might do is replace these with what are the weapons called again? I think they're assault cannons. So yeah, I may place some assault cannons here in place of these turrets here, and perhaps I may place some assault cannons here as well, and then just leave these as Gatling turrets. So yeah, I might do that as well. And I'm not sure if you guys have seen, but tonight, or I guess it would be today for you guys, well, tonight as I'm recording it, Keen Software is going to be doing an announcement, and they're going to release the new DLC. And as part of that DLC, they are finally going to put in some T-junction conveyor blocks. So what I'm going to do is, if this door ever opens, I can show you. I think I'm going to place another couple of guns right here at the front. And then I can run a T-junction here. Now the only reason I haven't done it yet is because I would have had to have placed a block like this. So this block, or perhaps this block here, and then kind of, yeah, put like a piston part on the bottom, and I really wasn't keen to do that. So, alright, well, let's get started with modifying the Atlas while we wait for all this ice to be processed. Right, so let's get rid of this gun here. Collect the ammunition. Thank you very much. Let's get rid of this gun here and collect this ammunition. Now, also, while I was editing, I noticed that these weren't properly set up. This one is set up, but this one over here, I didn't actually save the radius at 600 meters, or no, sorry, 800 meters. Words are hard today. Words are hard. Alright, so let's go 800 meters. AI aiming. Oh, damn it. I keep pressing escape to get out of that menu when I can just right click. Right, let's go ahead and place down some assault cannons. So I believe that is the front of the assault cannons. And what I'll do here... Can I edit the properties of this yet? Okay, let's dial that up to 800 meters, and then let's turn off the idle movement. I'll put as many blocks into that as I can, and then over this side we'll place the same turret again. So we'll place one of those here, although of course I need steel plates for this. So I'll quickly weld these two up, and possibly I will replace the ones at the front as well. And I'll see you once it's done. Okay, well, as you can see, I've added the new guns, so I've placed 2 at the front here. It is worth noting, though, that they do look really strange compared to these missile turrets here. So, I don't know. I think, for myself, I'm going to replace these turrets here with the ones that are in Substitious's mod, which would be these ones here, these slimline Gatling turrets, and then also these Warfare Starstreak missile turrets. But as far as the blueprint goes, I'm going to leave it like this, and that is something that I need to go ahead and do at some stage as well, is actually go ahead and update this blueprint and re-upload it to the workshop, because I don't believe any of the changes that I made in this since I actually created this ice field and added in all those new O2H2 generators. I don't think I've actually saved any of those changes. So yeah, that's one thing I'm probably going to do somewhere in around about June, once university finishes, and I can get to a lot of things that have been on my list for quite some time. Now, I've also gone ahead and added these turrets to the group, so that when I turn off the turrets in the cockpit, all the turrets on the ship will actually turn off, so I'll fix that as well. But I think what I've been thinking about now is where I'm going to place these turrets on the top. Oh, I just noticed there's a bit of damage there. So to that end, I think, where am I going to place these things? I believe the only other place I can really put these is somewhere like about there. So I want them to be in line with these turrets here at the front. So these Gatling turrets there. But again, I'm going to use the ones in the mod. And as far as I'm aware, the only difference between these turrets and the vanilla turrets is just the model. There is nothing else different about them. They are just visually different. So I'm thinking about placing them around there. I think that should look pretty good, but we'll see how we go. So let's see if I have enough components on me to do that, or at least enough components. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to grind out this block here. So is there any lights there? There is, but okay, that kind of is annoying, but there isn't too much I can do about that. So I believe it's this block here. Now I would like to get the settings for that light, so maybe I can grind away this block here, and we can, I can't remember how to copy all of this stuff, but I may just try and visually remember that stuff, and then I can just re-add these lights a little bit later. Okay, so I've copied the settings for these lights, and I suppose what I'll do here is I'll just add these lights, one there, and then maybe, or maybe I could add them right at the front there, or maybe even just like here or something. No, they will need to be probably at the front. Yeah, I'll probably have to place them here at the front. So one there and then one there. And I'll get rid of this one. And then I will go ahead and weld these ones up and input the settings, and then we can get rid of the old ones. Okay, cool. So all of those settings are done. Now we can just go ahead and get rid of these ones. Hopefully it doesn't leave a bit of a gap in the lighting, but I think it should be okay. And I just noticed there was a couple of blocks here that are kind of deformed, so I need to fix those as well. That's one thing I need to remember to do once I do the update for this blueprint, is I just need to make sure that I go ahead and do that. Now, do I have any cargo containers in here that I can access? No, I don't, but what I do have is I have a connector up here that I can access. So we will need 2 conveyor junctions. So alright, let's remove that. Let's find our conveyor junction. Let's add 2 of those. Then the 556 Gatling turrets, we'll add 2 of those. And then Control Shift middle mouse button, and all the components for those will then start being produced. Although I kind of want to remove those from my build planner, and then we'll go ahead and place in our conveyor junctions. And I'll just leave these here for now, and then once the update drops, which for me should be in a couple of hours at the time of recording, then I will go ahead and replace, go ahead and pipe them up. So I'll probably do that in between this episode and the next one, but yeah, so it should be done by the time the next episode drops. Okay, so now hopefully we have the materials that we need for these Gatling turrets. I believe we might actually have them. And then the final thing that I need to do from here is actually go ahead and manufacture some assault cannon ammo. Are these assault cannons? Yeah, assault cannon ammunition. So I need to manufacture some of that. Actually, let's turn... Oh no, I want idle movement off. Let's modify the settings for this. And for some reason I can go above 800 meters, although I don't think they will actually fire past a 600 meter distance. Let me change this one as well to 800. And let's change the enable idle movement to be off. Oh, what? I thought I had the materials for that. Spewing. Cannot withdraw 15 metal grids. Have I run out of... Oh no. I think I might have actually run out of... Oh, actually. Let's remove all of this stuff. And... Whoa, why is there so much stuff here? Alright, I'm going to remove all of this stuff. Okay, cool. So I think I should have metal grids that I need now.
Low.
Then we can weld this up. And we are done. And my welder seems to have broken down a little bit. Yeah, I really like these turrets. They just look so much better than these Gatling turrets here. And I pray that Keen Software does something and adds these turrets or something similar to this to the game, because I mean, new turret, old turret, new turret, old turret. It just doesn't look right. Alright, well, let's check on the progress of the refinement of ice, because I've been messing around with this stuff for about half an hour, give or take. So we're at 38%. Let's have a look at our Atlas large cargo containers and see what we have left there. So, yeah, we've pretty much gone through about 1.3 million units worth of ice. Potentially even more than that. Actually, probably a lot more than that. So, I honestly think I will probably be able to do another round of mining ice here. So, yeah, so we've gone through 1.2 million and then about another 700,000. So, yeah, almost 2 million units worth of ice. And for that, I think I've gotten myself 8% of fuel. So that's a lot of ice. But anyway, we'll see where we're at once it's all refined, and we'll go from there. Alright guys, well, I'm finally back. It's been probably an hour or two just refining down all this ice, and as you can see we've got about 62% fuel, and if I have a look for ice here, I'm pretty much, yeah, getting down to my last leg's worth of ice. Also what I'd done while I was away is it was actually taking an enormous amount of time to refine all this ice. So what I went ahead and done was add in an additional 17 O2H2 generators basically to the side of this mountain, yeah, this kind of ice asteroid here. So this is attached to the drilling rig itself. So yeah, that will be kind of useful in the future. And I might actually empty all of the hydrogen out of here and out of this tank as well. So I'm probably going to need to do another mining run, because if I am not mistaken, when I first started this whole thing, we had about 23%. So let me just double check what we have now. So we've got 63% now. So yeah, obviously we've gained 40% just by doing one round of mining. So I might go ahead and do another round of mining and then see where we're at. But I'm not going to do that in this episode. I'm basically going to do that in the next episode. So anyway, guys, really hope you enjoyed the episode. And if you liked this content, then give us a thumbs up and consider subscribing. Alright guys, I will see you next time.